Radcast News. Hey guys, Ryan Alford, your host of the Radcast.
You're listening to the Radcast.
If it's radical, we cover it. Here's Ryan and Reiley.
Here's your host, Ryan Alford.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the latest edition of the Radcast. It is Friday, February 26th, and it is the year 2021. We are not in the future. We are now. We are here, and we are with the lovely Reiley Clark, our producer and co-host.
Yes, hi, how are you?
What's up, Reiley?
I am good. It's been a really good week. I'm just excited it's Friday, not in like a bad way. It's like that good feeling when you get a lot accomplished in the week and you feel like you can look back at the week and go, I did that.
Yep. And I feel like it's funny. I think we did the same thing talking pre-episode or earlier. We both were like, it's the end of the week. Whoa, where'd the week go?
Yeah, I know. It's like really weird because we were like talking about the schedule and then I was like, oh yeah, that's on Friday. And I was like, wait, that's like today.
Today.
Like it's so weird. It's like, dang,
Welcome to Friday. We made it.
But how's your week been?
It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been productive. We have a big shoot today. We're recording today, but we have a big shoot with a client doing a lot of video production work, photography work. We got some new equipment in this week. That's the sound that my hands would make because they were rubbing together because I'm so excited. When I get excited, I rub my hands together like I'm getting warm or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a personal tweak. I don't know what it is. It's probably some deficiency in my brain. But we did get some new camera equipment.
Yes.
I geek out over that stuff. So
No, it's the best. When you get like new equipment and stuff, it's just like, ooh, you just get all excited.
And we're shooting like some high-end gym stuff.
Yeah.
And all these athletes and sweat and smoke and just it's going to be great.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. And, onboarding some clients and, it's been good. We've been just kind of rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Having a good year.
For sure. And same with the Radcast. I mean, the Radcast is obviously just still, taking off. If you missed the episode this week, it was with Arjan Ray, and he's the CEO and founder of Hello Woofy. It's actually a service we're going to be signing up for and using a little bit too. So that's kind of exciting and really exciting episode. Very fun, engaging guy. So that was a super cool episode. And then our episode that will come out on Tuesdays with Colin McIntosh, and he is the CEO and founder of Sheets and Giggles, and just great episode. That was super funny. Your all's conversation. He's just a real brilliant guy, and eucalyptus sheets. I mean, sign me up for them. Like
$1 million in sheets a month. I've been telling people this story and like they watch their eyes light up like mine did when Colin said, yeah, we're doing $1 million in sheet sales in D2C right now. And I'm like,
crazy.
Doing the math. I'm like, man, $1 million in sheets. Holy sheet.
Yeah, exactly.
But Sheets and Giggles, hilarious name, tons of puns.
Oh, yeah.
Which are my favorite. And so,
their marketing's cool.
Marketing's cool. Colin's super cool. Hoping we
yeah.
can continue to collaborate. And Will Ahmed, if you're listening, I'm coming for you. I want to get to the beach house. You, me, and Colin, we got to plan and strategize how to take over the recovery world. You guys are already doing it, but I'm in on this. And so
start a bromance.
But and speaking of Will Ahmed, I gotta diverge. We'll come back to Colin, but
That's
Will,
okay.
they're doing this partnership with the Army, where they're gonna outfit all the like all the armed forces and stuff like that to track their performance, to try to up their performance so they can see it. So
that's incredible.
So that
Good
if you
for
haven't checked
him.
that, Whoop, the fitness tracker, awesome. But Colin, oh my God, hilarious, amazing, Sheets and Giggles, so funny. Can't wait for that episode to come out. I know people are going to enjoy it. Colin was so engaging and just so transparent with stuff, but then hilarious at the same time. I mean, I joked as we were getting to the episode, I was kind of hoping you'd be in the bed in the sheets, and sure enough, he got in the bed.
Hopped in the
He
bed.
was
He
home,
goes,
happened to be home working that day.
He's
and,
like, okay, I'll just get in the bed.
Totally gets in his bed, and he's got the eyewear, sleeping eye thing next to it. And they have purple, which is a big part of their brand colors, and it was just hilarious. And
it was super fun.
It was fun, and $1 million in D2C sheets. I mean, guys, if you're an entrepreneur and you're dreaming big, if Colin is selling, and look, he's smart and he's doing it the right way, which success is not easy, but if you do these things and you get out there and do e-commerce and get it out there, $1 million a month is feasible. And they're just getting started. So they're about to sell mattresses and everything else. So.
Oh, yeah. But definitely listen to the episode because there's just so much more that, is just a lot in that episode. It was really great. Really.
And I did, if you haven't listened to Arjun with HelloWoofy.com, if you are a small business, you need to be using this social platform. There's a lot of different ones that are expensive. His is super cheap. He's pretty much offsetting the cost because he's trying to grow the platform. It does some amazing things with populating content, sharing it. So this is like a social media scheduler, emoji, strategy, blog assistance, copywriting. Like it's all in one, and it's an amazing value. So HelloWoofy.com. Plug for that, but also a plug to go listen to that episode because Arjun's great. And if you're a small business, there's a lot to learn.
Absolutely. And just a note on that episode too, if, we're really trying to promote like our video episodes that we do and, obviously that we're producing. And in that episode, the video version, he kind of even walks you through a little bit of what you can expect from the software. And so I just felt like that's noteworthy in case like you want to see like a little bit of a visual or whatever. Definitely check out the video version of the episode with Arjun because it has that information for you.
Yeah, definitely get on our YouTube channel or IGTV. And check those out. Reiley does great with adding the interactive content. We spend a lot of time on that, and it's really dynamic, adding another layer to the episode. So, we'd love it, and give us some feedback on any of our channels.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's do another wine tip for this week.
Okay, all right.
So let's set the stage here a little bit. Let's do a. Let's do warm weather. The weather's warm.
Well, yeah, I know we're at 72 to here in the lovely Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah, I wasn't complaining today. I was like, okay, short sleeve shirt, I'm good.
So if you're listening and you're in the Northeast or otherwise, eat your heart out, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
It's it is nice here.
Exactly. But so we have warm weather. Your fruit, a little bit of chicken, like what wine are we going for?
Well, I'm going to go white here.
Okay.
We're going to keep this, white, red, rosé. We're going to keep them all in the family.
Okay.
But even though I'm probably definitely a heavy red drinker, I do know my whites. And if this is made by one of the most well-known red makers of wine in the world, in California, Napa, a little place called Aspen. I'm joking. That was from Dumb and Dumber. I reminded myself of that. It's like where the wine flows like the women of Capistrano. A little place called Aspen. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, Napa Cabernet, one of the biggest, best in the world. Caymus. Chuck Wagner, one of the most well-known winemakers. Little known fact, probably to most people, they do make a white, and it's delicious. Just like it's much more approachable on the value. Caymus has gotten pretty expensive. It's like $85 a bottle now, which is pretty steep. But this is around $20. You can find it for less sometimes.
Wait, what's the name again?
I'm getting to it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not the conundrum that it sounds. That's the name of it. It's called Conundrum.
Okay.
So Conundrum White. It's a blend. It's like Chardonnay, Muscadet, about 3 other wines names that they don't really matter. I'm not a whoozy schmoozy on all the names. This is about flavor. This is about being delicious. And Conundrum White from Chuck Wagner and the makers at Caymus makes a delicious white. It goes well with chicken. It goes well with warm weather coming. It's a great summer wine too, but it's definitely, for a good backyard. You can have it. It's like $15 to $25. It fluctuates a lot. I've walked into stores and saw it for $15 and bought like 6 bottles. And then I've been on stores like $25 and I'm like, yeah, $25, it's still worth it. It tastes like a $25 wine. But it's like it gets to that point and you're mentally like $25. Like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I can get 15. Okay, I can stomach that.
I can justify
for a white, especially for white for me. For red, this is a whole other thing. But
no, I'm there with you
but
because I'm a red drinker too. So like whites, I'm like, it has to be really good for me to.
It's slightly fruity, but not overly fruity. If you're wanting a fruit bomb, like sweet, with my wife's love, she loves sweeter white wines. I'm not a fan. She loves them. And she likes this, but it's not overly sweet. It's kind of a good in between.
Okay.
But it's sweet enough, I enjoy it. And so it's not like syrupy sweet, but it's a good in between. It tastes kind of like a Chardonnay mixed with a muscadine wine or something. If I was going to describe it, which is not a terrible combination. Chardonnay's super dry, super not sweet. For the most part.
Yeah.
And then the muscadine, like super sweet. So it's kind of in between, but I would say it leans more towards the Chardonnay than the muscadine because it's just not overly sweet, but very tasty. A little apricot. I'm joking. I'm not going to get into flavor profile. I just know what tastes good and what doesn't.
Right.
And, it's a party favorite. If I'm having wine, white, it's getting warm out. You can count on there being no conundrum at our party, but definitely conundrum on the table.
I like that.
How many puns can I have?
I know. Collins inspired us.
Yes.
No.
But yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Today's podcast brought to you by Camus and Conundrum.
Gosh, I wish we're there. We're almost there.
Cool.
But yeah.
Here's Reiley with the news.
Okay, so our news topic for this week. First up on the list, Spotify. We love Spotify because that's also where we put our podcast. So, this is obviously well-received news. They are coming out with a new high-quality subscription-based platform. It's basically a level up from your premium. But what's interesting about this is considered a lossless audio experience. So essentially you're not hearing the compressed audio that you hear post-production. It would sound more rich and deep, and just like this, you would hear all the notes and everything just a much deeper way. And anyway, it's $20 if you're not already a part of it. Otherwise, if you're already a premium member, it's $10 added onto your premium membership. Interesting kind of concept. Some people are saying it's not coming out till later this year. There hasn't been a set date except for the fact it's late 2021.
Yep. This is going to be interesting. I like the notion of this, and obviously I've wondered for a while, like when we're going to, there was this promise like 10 years ago of like high def audio that's never like really come to fruition. I don't feel like I've yet to been on it, like the difference between, there's definitely been improvement in like call quality and like sound of certain things like on cell phones, but it's never like come to fruition like the way like TV has. Like if you look at a TV, like pre-HD, post-HD, and even 4K is a little hard from 1080p because, and this goes to where I'm going with this, like, are the headphones going to support it? Like, are you going to be able to hear the difference on your standard headphones, or do you need, like, better headphones to hear this difference? And how many people are going to be able to tell the difference and pay for the difference? I don't know the answer to any of that, but I do know that this is coming because of the proliferation of 5G networks and the bandwidth that's needed. I think it's all in alignment with, because audio files like this actually are a lot of data, and the amount of throughput that you could have, like either with 4G or others, which is a lot, but this 5G networks becoming ubiquitous, Wi-Fi becoming ubiquitous, especially in developed countries like the U.S., it's not surprising that this has come out, but I just don't know. It's going to be one of those, like, you got to hear it to believe it.
Right.
And this is back to where, as long as you can sample it or do something like to see the difference, like back when TV came out, you go to the store and you see the difference or whatever, you could see that very clearly. It's going to be interesting how they sample this and how you can tell that, like, okay, listen to it like this, and are your headphones can be able to do that kind of. Tell the difference, to pay the difference.
I think you'll be able to hear a little bit more of a difference than I think might be anticipated? Because I mean, some articles were saying, like, I was kind of reading through a couple of different things, and some people were saying, this is basically going to be like a waste of an extra added on to your subscription. But to your point about 5G, like, will you really be able to understand the quality if you don't already have 5G? Is that kind of what you're saying? Like,
well, I'm just saying like that way won't eat up your bandwidth, or it has the bandwidth to deliver it. Like, I don't know if it's completely in relation, because you think audio, you think, well, that's not much data compared to video. But when you get into this lossless stuff, these files get pretty big.
Yeah.
Especially downloading and different things. So they could take forever. If you were on a slow 4G or even 3G network, downloading 100 meg lossless one song could take like 30 minutes. Like, no one's going to wait for that. So 5G will allow for the distribution, but I just don't know, like, I see this be more of like the play for people that listen to more classical music or more like historic, like rock, like stuff that had a different sound quality and tone. I don't know. I'm just not sure if Post Malone's music's going to sound much different with lossless or not. Not because there's not nuance to his music. I'm not offending Post Malone here. No. I like Post Malone. It's on my workout playlist. Yeah. But I don't know if at the loudest level when I'm working out, if that's going to sound different. But I could see where like a classic Clapton song, at lossless, or, just some heavy, where every instrument's like, really pronounced or something.
But I'm also wondering what this is going to do for podcasting, because as far as like how you're coming across in podcasting the audio, I feel like it might become a much more crisp sounding. Yeah. Like, I think it might just really expand kind of how you're hearing everything, and it might just flow better. So
you're thinking like I thought 10 years ago. I was like, that was my expectation, but I never saw that leap. So it'll be interesting.
But maybe that's what this will do.
We'll see.
We'll follow it here.
Well, you just wait and see. Exactly. And maybe we'll do a test here on like the Radcast.
Oh, speaking of tests, I'm going to go off tangent a little bit.
All right.
You remember a couple weeks ago when we talked about Coke coffee?
Yes.
I just remembered this. I meant to say this earlier.
Okay.
I had one the other day at the airport.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about it. Right. I was like, okay, we follow things up on the Radcast, and sometimes we got to hold each other accountable to the actual follow-up of it.
Yep.
But anyway, guys, it's good. It's actually good. Call me crazy, but you probably will. But that's okay. But I had, just to be fair, if you try the caramel one or the other one, I didn't have the other two. I only had the dark roast coffee Coke. Okay. And would recommend. I don't really know how to explain it, except for the fact it tastes like Kofi. Oh my gosh.
Kofi. That's what they should have called it. It's
Coke
Kofi.
And coffee. Oh my gosh. Coke and coffee. That's like a
Kofi.
Yeah, Kofi.
Yes.
Anyway, you know what I mean. But really
Kofi.
Yeah, exactly. But would recommend it. It was really good. And a little bit of a tangent, but we always follow up here. We do follow up well.
Yes, we'll see once it gets out in the mainstream, like here in Greenville, South Carolina. Let's watch it go down the coffee shelf aisle.
You're gonna hate on this no matter what.
I don't know. I all these kind of gimmicky drinks like this, it's not like your core drink. It just seems like it never sticks. Like new Coke, like it didn't. I don't know. Like these energy drinks, the flavors changing is one thing. That's right. You still have your core product is an energy drink with the same ingredients,
right?
Different flavor, get it?
Yeah.
But Coke, energy, like just.
Yeah, but this is like kind of competing with your Starbucks stuff. And for those of us lactose-free people, this is going to be awesome. And it should be awesome. So now I want to know, if you have tried it, I want to know now if you liked it.
I give it 12 months.
We love the optimism.
It's just being real. I've watched these products my whole life, like come and go.
No, I mean, I hear you. Okay. Well, all right. See. Back on track. I'm ready. So our next topic is, there was wouldn't you love to be this startup vehicle company, yes. Lucid, that had a $57 billion valuation with in merger with Churchill Capital 4. IV, whatever.
CCIV.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that one.
One of those numbers.
Yeah. But yeah,
where was
so
CC3? You know, it's CCIV.
I know what happened to CC3. No, that's okay. But anyway, this company is, some people are speculating it's going to be a new Tesla. Some people are saying that this actually really hurt CCIV because it actually 2 days after they announced this merger, apparently their stocks went down over 50%, which is not ever fun.
Right.
But what do you like? This just proves the sustainability factor that Lucid's really trying to push. They are very on their website. If you go to it, first of all, the car looks beautiful. Mm-hmm. And second of all, apparently they're really focused on sustainability and the environment. And so all of their materials that they're using are very focused on using the Earth's resources as efficiently as possible.
I love the name. There's something about like certain names that are like, stand out, or like words that I like, and Lucid's like a word that I like. I don't know why I like it, but I do. Even though I did think when I first saw Lucid and cars, I was thinking it was autonomous, like self-driving cars, so that maybe you could sleep. Like, I thought that's what it was. Like maybe it like lets you sleep while it drove itself.
Doesn't that seem dangerous though?
But wouldn't Lucid make much more sense if like you could fall asleep while the car drove you somewhere?
I technically think you're right. I think
like
you're
lucid dreams.
Lucid dreams.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, but that's where my head went. Anyway, electric vehicles are all the rage. It's all you're going to see. You're going to see more and more. Every manufacturer is going all in on it. Took forever for Detroit and all the main, U.S. automakers to get behind it because all their facilities were built for developing gasoline cars, and it takes a lot of investment, a lot of money. They're finally on board. It's moving this direction. Obviously, the D2C model and everything that's happened with Tesla, being electric cars, serving direct without dealerships, that's going to be a big stink, by the way, with where dealerships fall in all this. It's not going to be pretty for them over the next 15 years. It'll be pretty for the ones that figure out the best way, but there just are not going to be the volume of dealerships that there are in the future. Just, you heard it here first. But nonetheless, Lucid looks like, I don't know enough about the company that they merged with, but I do like the look of the car is beautiful. It looks cool. I do think it's a little bit of a curse getting that valuation. I think, truth be told, it's like proud moment, but like it leaves. I'd rather rather like that come like once maybe you've truly, like you're a week away or something. Like they still seem a little far from that, and so it's great. It's a good marker, but what happens when you come in at 10 billion? Like
I know that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it seems like just asking for but it's not a surprise with where the business is going, where the industry is going, and when anyone's kind of got their ducks in a row and pulls together this kind of merger, big things are going to happen. But it's just the electric cars are here and only going to get bigger. I just hope they keep getting more chargers places.
Well, I mean, they'll have to. They'll eventually have to. I mean, thankfully, even when you go to like a Publix or something, we're in the South and we have Publix, but even in Kroger's or, wherever else, there are stations now where you can just plug in your car. And
they're actually going to have Tesla chargers outside in our parking lot.
They're going to have Tesla chargers here?
Yeah, that's coming.
No way.
It's being worked on. It's not completely final. So
that's actually really crazy. I did not know that.
Yes, it's gonna be quite the scene. It'll be like a little branding place too. So I get it for real. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Secret's out here on the Radcast, but it's not completely final yet. But
okay,
in discussion.
Okay. Well, next on our list is my favorite, avocados from Mexico. I love avocados so much. I've already had 2 today.
Really?
Yeah.
Literally? Okay. You really built up for this episode.
Yeah,
You're like
so
supporting all
excited.
these brands.
Yes.
Some of these brands need to start paying us because we're supporting them. We're eating them. We give at least 17 companies how many shouts out. Coke probably doesn't want to hire us, but that's okay.
Coke can hire me. Coke can hire me to sponsor because, I love the coffee. So it's, just keep it up.
The singular voice of Coke coffee or Kofi.
Gosh, yeah, that's okay. It was embarrassing, but we'll move on from it, and that's totally fine. I accept it. So Avocados from Mexico is teaming up with Mission Foods, which is a tortilla kind of company, and basically They're doing this for March Madness, which I think plays into the fact that you didn't see avocados from Mexico in the Super Bowl, but you are seeing them in this March Madness tip off taco or tip of the taco, tip off taco. That makes more sense. I think it's tip off taco. And yeah, this just shows the continuation of the sports themed marketing situation that's happening. Even though the Super Bowl wasn't the play for them, it's in March Madness.
Yeah. I mean, a good play, it's interesting because these are, every foods you get at the grocery store, and you're used to, I don't know about you, but I remember going to the grocery store, and when you see these kind of co-promotions, it'd be like an end cap, or maybe the woman or man, whoever's cooking, like at the little thing. Sometimes it's like, some woman high-end chef or some dude like flipping things, like making stuff like with ingredients together.
Yeah.
But now in a digital world that we live in, they're bringing this kind of co-marketing partnership together, even though it's something that you eat together digitally, through all the social channels and all those things. So it's a great promotion. Makes sense. Be interesting how the execution, I mean, they don't have all that out yet. I'll be kind of following along to see how they execute it. But it's cool, and it's kind of the modern co-promotion of what you typically see in a grocery store.
Yeah.
I mean, because think about it, like 10 years ago, like the only way these kind of co-promotions come to life is in the physical retail store. And now these brands, through digital channels and other layers of experience on other things, like they can bring these things to life. So it's pretty interesting. And, March Madness, God willing, goes off. It seems to be, no matter what, they're not going to cancel it again. Should be huge because I think you got all this pent up desire from people that didn't watch it last year, a lot of stuff. So the rating should be humongous with people kind of tuned into it. So, avocados from Mexico making their run, staying in the sports realm. And, I like me some avocados, man. I'd make some killer guacamole.
Me too. We should put our guacamoles to the test.
Blind taste test of guacamoles here.
Yeah. Wait, but do you put onions in your guacamole?
Just a little.
You actually do put onion in there?
Yeah, just a little. You have to.
See, I disagree.
Yeah.
It's okay, but I like.
I don't like. I'm not a big onion person.
I hate onions.
I do too, but
I put onion powder.
Yeah.
No? Red onion.
You have to have a little bit of red onion in your guacamole, and I am not the onion. I am much like you. No, I do not like onion, like crunchy onion. But when it's blended in with like 12 other ingredients, it's sometimes you need it for the flavor.
So you blend it. You don't just chop it.
It's chopped up real fine.
Okay.
It's not the huge chunky red onion.
Okay. I was gonna say I can't stand that when that's in guacamole.
No, it's cut up pretty fine.
That's good.
But it's kind of a necessary evil, unfortunately, for good guacamole. And salsa too, actually. Hard to make salsa without a little bit of onion.
Well, salsa's different. I get you there. I get you there. Yeah.
You're picking up what I'm laying out.
Yeah, I get you. You can have all the onions you want in salsa, as long as you have a good amount of tomatoes. But anyway, our last topic for today is Bacardi and Snapchat are teaming up together. And this is such a cool thing because they are using the play on Snapchat codes, barcodes, basically. And you have your Bacardi bottle. I'll put it here on the video as well. You'll have your little Bacardi bottle. And you can scan the snap code. It will come up and it will give you, it kind of reminded me of TikTok a little bit, but it will give you a prompt dance, so to speak, and reading your body off of the, AR, the 3D animation. It'll read what you're doing. It'll tell you what kind of poses, and, you'll follow the prompt. And basically when you finish it, you get to put it on your Snapchat story and all this kind of fun stuff. But it's like one of the first times you've seen this kind of company team up with like a thing like Snapchat. So that's kind of really cool.
Yeah, I think Snapchat's going to have a big year, actually. This is pretty cool. They've become a little more, not niche, I wouldn't say, but they're still huge with, Gen Z and younger. People still use Snapchat. I think they're getting some cool integrations. Bacardi is interesting, because I feel like most people that are on Snapchat aren't 21. But, some are. But smart play. They will become 21 at some point. Or they might be drinking anyway, which would not be legal, but it would be smart. from the brand perspective. But I will say this about this. I want to see the bloopers from this because
right?
I want to see people like me, like trying to do the dance. And if you're watching the video, you're seeing me in my 4 joints and not my 18. They say there's 18 joints, that they show
that it's reading or whatever.
That it's reading in your body. I'm like, I guess I think I only have 4. I have an elbow, 2 elbows, and 2 knees. But I want to see the videos from this like be more of a spoof than I think how good it'll be. But this is kind of what I would need to know how to do one of these dances, though. I mean, but it also played off the dance challenge thing. I mean, there's a lot of borrowed interest here that makes sense. So,
but I think it's fun.
It's fun.
I'll probably do it.
Will you?
I mean, maybe. Why not? Like,
All
it
right. I wanna
sounds
see
fun.
that.
Yeah, I'll put it
Surprise
wherever.
it like 1, 2, kind of like
I know.
up, down.
And then I'll see the final product, and then I'll be like, actually, that was the whole blooper because I understand it was a bad, video.
This
The whole
reminds
thing's
me
a
of
blooper.
that Jason Derulo song from this summer that last summer. My niece was teaching my wife on the boat how to do, and I was like trying to follow along. It was like the arm one, like bum 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 dun 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 dun. You know what I'm talking about.
I would. Okay.
If I played it, you'd hear it. Anyway.
Okay.
And some people hearing definitely knew from my wonderful noises from the song. Anyway, it's I like that song.
Yeah. No, that's fun.
Kids like it when they come home in the car.
And it's fun. This all brings together just like making use of the situation we're still in, but having a good time while you're doing it, and obviously having a little bit of Bacardi and you're fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's probably why they do it to where it's so complex. You have to be drinking it while you're.
You got to have 4 Bacardis before you start.
Exactly.
1 to loosen yourself up, and then 2 just not care what you look like
exactly
while you're doing it.
Exactly.
But like anything else, there'll be like the 3% that are really good at it and that make it like, wow, this is how this was supposed to work. And then the other 97%,
right?
They're like hitting themselves in the face. They're trying, like me, trying to do an arm dance or something.
No, exactly. No, but that's it from us this week. Well, I hope you have a great weekend wherever you are and whatever you're doing.
Yeah, follow us along. You know where to find us, theradcast.com. On YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, anywhere and everywhere. I'm at Ryan Alford on Instagram, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.